Previously on The Way We Did It, we spent 48 hours in Badlands National Park. We are now going to Theodore Roosevelt National Park, where our trip takes an unexpected twist. One word comes to mind when we think about Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and that is remote. It was a 5-hour drive from Badlands National Park to our campground just outside of Theodore Roosevelt. And for most of that drive, this was our view. We have never driven for so long without seeing a single town. So let's skip the drive and go to the national park. Theodore Roosevelt National Park is comprised of 2 units. We began in the South Unit at the Medora Visitor Center. The museum gave a great introduction of the national park and its history. Like the name implies, the park was dedicated to Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States and one of the country's greatest conservationists. He fell in love with the rugged lifestyle of the West, so much so that he established 2 ranches in the area, one of which has been relocated behind the visitor center.
Look at the little babies.
So cute.
Teenager now, I don't even have spots. Clear.
A 36-mile scenic loop took us through the South Unit's beautiful scenery. With several trails stretching along the Little Missouri River. But on one of those trails, I slipped on an eroded step and injured my ankle. We both thought I simply twisted it, so we drove back to camp for a short break to ice and elevate my ankle. While we're here, let's go check out the campground. We were staying at the Madora Campground, located right around the corner from the entrance to the national park. We booked a 30-amp short site with full hookups that came with a picnic table and grill. Along with tent and RV sites, there were also cabins and a play area. The campground was also conveniently located beside the city's swimming pool, tennis courts, and dog run. Having rested my ankle for a bit, we decided to push on and venture out to the north unit of the park. It was about an hour's drive to the north unit of Theodore Roosevelt. Its 14-mile scenic road uncovered a more rugged side of the park. And had a lot more wildlife sightings. We were even lucky enough to spot some wild horses. One of the area's unique features was the Cannonball Concretions, which not even a hurt ankle can make me miss.
Just hobbling along.
See the cannonballs.
I wanted to see the cannonballs, yeah. We couldn't
Pretty.
miss this.
Protruding out of the landscape were these large, round stones, better known as concretions. These concretions were formed when mineral-rich water seeped down through the porous layers of the badlands, depositing those minerals into gaps in the sediment. The minerals then act like a glue, binding the sediments together to form a core. And as more and more layers are deposited, the concretions build outward like a pearl, before finally being exposed by erosion. Nothing was going to stop me from seeing the most iconic view in the national park. That was until I saw the trail leading down to it. But luckily, Dave offered to give me some assistance.
Faster.
It's a little faster.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
Oh.
Better. National Park hiking.
Unbeknownst to us, this view was the last of our trip. The next day, my ankle had grown to the size of a softball. So our plan of traveling back through South Dakota to see Mount Rushmore, Custer State Park, and Wind Cave National Park was quickly diverted to a hospital back home in Colorado. It was a long 12-hour drive, but that's partly because we stopped for lunch at Devil's Tower. Hey, it was on the way. There are several theories around how the tower was formed, but the most common one is that it was created by magma that cooled underground and was later exposed by erosion.
Just eating lunch under Devil's Tower.
In the end, we're glad we cut our trip short, because I actually did quite the number on my ankle. To put it lightly, I had a really severe tendon sprain. I was in a boot for 4 weeks, a brace for even longer, and had to attend physical therapy twice a week for 6 months. It was a long road to recovery. But I'm back and ready for next time on The Way We Did It. We continue our theme of remote and isolated places and visit Petrified and White Sands National Parks.
Couple of dudes in New Mexico.
If you'd like to join us on more adventures, be sure to like this video and click that subscribe button. And consider joining our Patreon for extra perks like travel guides, bloopers, and digital photographs. It helps to support our channel so we can continue to show you the way we did it.